Minions of the Zoo. In space! Tonight's episode, The Crippled Engine.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Minions of the Zoo in space. I am your keeper for tonight, Tyr Alexander. I'm here with Traveling Exhibits, Mitch Nemo.
Oh yeah.
And we probably will be joined by the likes of Willie Forge, Riding Corpse. Hopefully Functional gets off his ass and fixes my damn engines and comes on, but it is what it is. How you doing, Mitch?
Oh, I'm getting around.
What's good?
I'm not happy about it, but I'm getting around.
That's good.
Still being sick with man.
Yeah. As I was telling Mitch Nemo earlier, I'm not feeling this TFO. This Halloween themed one. I'm so glad it's not part of the campaign because I would be fucked.
Indeed.
Because it's a slog to get through. It's lackluster. It's a ground TFO and it's a solo patrol, which makes no fucking sense.
I like the ground stuff too, but it's just, I don't know. It has no. There's nothing I want going on.
It's not worth it.
It's honestly, it's so uninteresting that I'm willing to sacrifice a lot of the bonus shit we get for it.
Yeah. I'm gonna pop us in a random TFO.
Works for me.
Oh shit! That popped up quick.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah. But as I was suggesting to Mitch Nemo, fighting skeletons and bones makes no fucking sense for a space opera, essentially.
No.
Again, why not have a ship that is quote unquote haunted, where the ship has gone through some sort of ion storm and it's fucking glitching out, and you gotta fucking reset the core. So you gotta go through random corridors where there's force fields that's flickering on and off. You know, random gibberish is on display panels. You know, something to make it appear like it's haunted.
Yes. We had that actually in this game.
We did?
Yeah. It was
I
removed.
did. That would have been amazing.
It was from the old Drozana missions.
Okay.
Which you might still be able to access, I'm not sure. I haven't tried. But you had basically a hologram that had gone mad.
Mm-hmm.
And started behaving like a lunatic with the comm system and all that.
Okay.
And it was genuinely creepy.
Shit. Do you remember? It's part of the Gamma Quadrant storyline where you had the aliens ripoff with the I forget the name of it. The Herc. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why not do another one of those? Why not give us a essentially that mission over again? You know, except for it cuts out the boring middle part, and you don't have a map, so you're wandering around lost, and you gotta defeat the Herc, or like there's a bigger Herc coming for you. You gotta kill it like an alien. You know, something. Yeah, just play Dead Space. But But critical thinker guild, like it's not that it's that we want the entire game to be scary. It's just that if
you're gonna do,
what?
if you're gonna do themed events, make it don't do a childish theme. The thing they got now with dancing skeletons and all that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just Paul Feig making a Ghostbusters 2016 into a damn musical at the end.
Yeah, for no apparent reason other than he likes musicals.
Yeah.
You know, and which didn't fit into the theme of the movie at all.
Not at all.
Like, it would be a big thing if the character had expressed his love for musicals. You know.
Right.
Alright, if you're going to do that, you have to have setup. You know? Maybe have that the character using Ghostbusters 2016 as the example, that his motivation was, oh, I got turned over for a musical that I wanted, and now I'm a dick to the world. And this is, now that I'm a ghost, this is my big break.
Something that makes sense, you know?
Yes.
Something that with a narrative beginning, middle, and end.
Yes.
You can't just put something in a movie because it'll be fabulous.
Yeah, you have to set that shit up.
Yep.
And again, had the reason why the mask made sense, why that dance number made sense, the essentially the movie was just as fucking wacky and wild, and it fit.
Well, yeah, the guy was a cartoon nut.
Yeah.
So everything that happened in that movie derives from that thing.
The wackiness of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell, shit! They already had a big dance number at the beginning with him dancing with Cameron Diaz's character. When he first encounters Dorian, like set up and payoff. It's all good. Critical Thinker says 2016 was the worst movie that came out that year. I saw it in theaters and it was so bad I wanted to walk out, but I was with my ex at the time. Again, it didn't need to be made. You could have done the original third movie that was pitched. It's them handing it off to their kids.
Something.
Yeah, which became Ghostbusters Afterlife essentially.
Yeah, and the Frozen Throne or whatever.
Yeah, Frozen Empire, Frozen whatever. But even then, Frozen Empire was terrible. Again, pointless.
You can't do a passing of the torch movie and then refuse to pass the torch.
Yeah. Like, they can't, for them to go back to the original firehouse and everything and try to, reestablish themselves makes no fucking sense. It's supposed to be the granddaughter or the grandchildren of Egon, which makes it. Why it's just Egon's kids when, they should have got Oscar involved because he had some supernatural shit going on.
Yep. There should have been a remnant.
Yeah.
With Oscar.
It'd be nice if you brought Rick Moranis' character back. I wasn't expecting much. That would have been a little nice throwback.
Oh, yes.
Shit, you could have had him like this. You could have had him as the new mayor, you know, and him going, "Oh, it's you guys again." Critical Drinkers.
At that time, he was retired from acting again as well.
Yeah, he was. Again, it would have been nice to have him there.
It would have been.
She made me watch it because I expressed great disdain for the film, and when I saw the trailers, and she forced me to go. Basically, I've been there before, my friend. I was forced to watch Twilight.
Oh God. What's up, Will?
Forced by who?
Girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. I mean, I got laid afterwards, so I didn't complain much at the time. But yeah,
Okay, so it's the transactional thing.
It wasn't transaction. I wouldn't have counted that. She wanted to go see it. I didn't want to go. I guess it was a compromise. That's what we'll call it. We'll call it a compromise.
See it? You wanted to get laid. I get it.
And I didn't complain. I did not use a critical eye for the story. I held her when there were certain moments she wanted to be held. You know. So, what do you think of this new the Halloween event?
I haven't really gotten into it yet.
Be glad it's not good.
Heads up. The enemy flagships are coming to attack.
Yay. Oh shit, that's a good one. That would have been a good one too. Why not have something to have us do a Borg event? The Borg are essentially zombies, if you will. Why not have us?
We just got out of a Borg event.
Yeah, that's true.
But you're not wrong either. I mean, there's... Whoops. Wrong button.
Yeah.
What I was saying.
Yeah, I mean, the Borg are essentially sci-fi zombies. They consume and reproduce through assimilation. Pretty much
right.
Zombies. You know.
Oh,
Yeah, are you on a mission right now?
Yeah, we're doing it. It's almost over, I hope. We've been at this for a minute.
We're in the last page of it. Gonna run for another about another 4 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna transwarp to Earth. Regeneration of the starbase, yeah. Okay.
Hell, shit. All right. I think I got a perfect the perfect Halloween event. Again, we could do the Herc one where it's essentially a remake of Aliens. You could do the glitch out ship that is basically a remake of Event Horizon. If you don't want to use the board, huh?
You could mix and match even.
Yeah. Shit, you could say this is a holodeck event, you know? A holodeck
not
mission.
even that. You can make it a real thing and just mix and match these other concepts into something that's interesting.
You know, rename the mission after the movie that it's referencing.
Call the mission The Night He Came Home.
Not showing the instance.
Shit, you can do right?
I'm on instance.
We were in instance 6, if I'm not mistaken. But we probably we'll tell you which one we'll get shunted to. Shit, you can do one of the stories from the point of view of an alien race. You know, with the Bajorans feel as horror movies. You know, The Night Without the Prophets or some dumb shit.
Heck, give Treat the option of actually doing an event as the Borg. Eat the zombies.
No. Stop making me play characters that I have no hand in building. I built my character the way I built my character because I like the way I built my character.
Fair enough.
I am so picky about that. I'm a dick about it.
I get it. Like, especially seeing as how. Go ahead.
Hey, only about that?
Not exclusively, but man, it's right up there.
I mean, again, I get it. Playing as the Inquisitor, forced to use just the Inquisitor, what the Inquisitor gets, was fucking insane. Like, that shouldn't have been a thing.
It impacts my Tier 6.
Okay.
USS I Can Has Cheeseburger.
I can have cheeseburger.
Oh.
Yay. We somehow survived that incursion. This is probably the only time I'll make a reference to discover Picard in anything involving Picard. We got shunted to. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I was already here.
Okay, well, there you are.
Yeah, all right.
What was I about to say? With them doing the shit with the infinite, mirror universes, there has to be a universe where, like, the Herc have taken over, or
Ow.
yeah. Or say, some of the other bigger, badder enemies have taken over, and now we have to, go fight there.
That's kind of a trope too, though.
Yeah. All right, picking a new TFO.
Hard to avoid tropes at this point.
It is. They could do something interesting.
Okay.
I got a burp.
Hold. While you doing that, I'll read chat. Go ahead.
They could do something interesting and have us deal with, or take the seasonal events and tie them into a single narrative story.
Okay.
Or maybe not a single one, but maybe several, and rig them so that they can be swappable. You know, have 3 different ones for each season that you can swap out one year for another.
Let me read.
That would require
forethought.
Developing these.
It would require forethought and planning.
Romulans have cloaked mines next to the transport.
critical thinkers. Ghostbusters 20 would have been much better film had it been established that at least two of the characters were grandchildren of the original Ghostbusters. Moranis being mayor, even for a cameo. Yeah. Eliminate a bunch of the BS cameos and add cameos that make sense. I don't think why Ozzy was in it. Actually, do you... Come on in. Having Ozzy in it, it made no damn sense.
That's tragic.
I love that torpedo spread.
Yo, Tragic.
Excellent work against those frigates.
Is it Tragic?
There
Oh,
you go.
Ah, yeah. Yo, Tragic. What up?
Hey, I had to go turn off my air purifier. Couldn't hear anything.
Oh, okay.
you know, I have trouble when I'm on pure air too.
Yo, Critical.
Luckily,
What you...
Talk without.
What you say?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you were breaking up for a second there.
Oh, okay. I can actually talk now without hurting my voice.
Ah.
Right on.
Let me make sure I get the right mic. If
But
it's
yeah.
my condenser microphone or one of them.
I heard Rotten Corpse's comment the other day that I sounded better on my phone than on the computer, so
It's because that
Okay, that's better.
your phone your there's a wobbly quality to your mic.
Who, me?
No, Tragics.
Oh.
When he Haddonfield. Wait, there they are. Well, there they were.
Square in the skull, and you go, "How dare you!"
How dare you?
What?
I gotta tell you that Saturday was fun.
Yes, it was, my friend. I learned more about your city, and I learned more about you. Always good for me.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go right ahead.
Oh no, I was saying with this Ghostbusters thing. Yeah, it was. I only saw it once,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the worst film, in my opinion. And it started the whole. If you don't like this movie, then you're a sexist type shit.
You're an estophobe of some sort.
Oh, the girl Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghostbusters 2016.
My ex-wife drugged me to watch that.
Yeah, same with my ex-girlfriend.
Hence the X's.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the reason why, but yeah.
I mean, again, the movie, if you'd have had its own continuity, instead of making a rehash of the first film, because that's literally what it was. It was just the first film done poorly. You know, essentially same opening shots, except for it was CGI to back again, the hell again. And it didn't have the
worst CGI ever.
Yeah, and it didn't have the comedic timing of Bill Murray or Harold Ramis.
Oh hell no!
It has comedic timing of any of them.
It didn't, and what made it weirder is that there would for all this wacky shit, there needs to be a straight man. Egon at times played the straight man, but Venkman.
I think the scientist, the one scientist lady, she was supposed to be the straight man character.
But she didn't have any. they never gave her anything to fucking be a straight man about.
I agree.
Like, so all this wacky shit is happening around her, and she's like, "Ooh, cool." You know?
And she was the one who originally believed in it.
Yeah. It makes no fun. And then Kevin being a complete utter idiot.
Oh god, no! I hated the fact that they turned fucking Chris Hemsworth into a fucking himbo.
And that's another thing that really pisses me off about that movie. Leslie Jones's character. Why was she in there? Why did she? What? Okay, she knew the sewers. And
wasn't Leslie's character the one that was supposed to be like the granddaughter or niece of the one of the originals?
No, she was the granddaughter of Ernie Hudson's character, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same as Ernie Hudson. It wasn't Winston Zeddemore.
It wasn't Winston Zeddemore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the same Winston. Tell him about the Twinkie.
You know, again,
it wasn't as funny. I laughed maybe one time the entire movie. When I saw it. When I first saw that in theaters, I laughed once.
I'm surprised you got one of them.
Cringing. You got 1 out of 5 laughs.
Wow.
And usually I like to go to a movie to actually be entertained and see the film in theaters. This one was definitely not worth the like $16 that it was worth at the time.
Again, setup and pay, like that's what people don't understand. Setup and payoff. Mm-hmm. Like we were talking about earlier in the dancing scene. If they'd have had that, you know, the main villain was a jilted performer. You know,
I was like, where did this come from?
Yeah.
It was
or
out
like
of the blue.
Yes, or like he really liked musicals, and you know maybe make him a jilted director. You know
that could have worked.
You know, now that I'm a ghost, I can finally have my big production.
And he could possess.
It's gonna be a dancing scene like that. He should be a freaking play director for people who just lacked coordination in all of his productions.
Yeah.
The fact that he died so early on in the film was just ridiculous too.
Yes.
None of the film had good. The only joke in the film that had good setup and payoff was the fucking wonton jokes. That was it. That was the only one that had good setup and timing.
But even then, the wonton jokes overstayed its fucking welcome.
They did it what, like 4 times?
Yes. And
then they like the first 2 times, and then it was it. That could have been it.
Well, they also drove every joke into the ground in that movie.
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Every joke got thrown way down and stomped on. Like I threw it on the ground.
But they did rehash a lot of plot points from the first movie. Like it was a shitty remake of the first.
No, I do like the Ecto 1. I do like their version of Ecto 1. I like the fact that it was a hearse and not a ambulance.
All right, that, I will admit, that was a little better.
That's cool. That was cool.
All right, going to another one. Let's do.
Okay, there are some things I did like about it. I did like the fact that they had the female Slimer in there for a split second.
And that's another character they shouldn't have. The first one did it better. The second one didn't need to. The second movie didn't need to exist, but it does, and I don't begrudge it because we got more Ghostbusters. If it was a go ahead.
And then at the end, it had a Zool character coming back in.
Yes.
They were gonna get a sequel.
Shit, I'm.
I say the Ghostbusters game had better continuity into the movies than anything else has.
Mm-hmm.
Like the early 2000s Ghost.
The one where you actually play as like a recruit.
Yeah, and that was supposed to be the third movie because Winston became a doctor.
Ah, damn it! I got cut out of the internet. Fuck.
No, Tyr's been the one that's been kind of just going in and out.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
me.
just
Sorry.
did too. Fucking stupid.
Yeah, but you
Okay.
weren't mid-sentence.
I was saying the third game was
Was it?
essentially.
Was it
Go
the
ahead.
game that came out in that was the PlayStation 1 game or the Nintendo 64 one?
The PlayStation
No,
One.
it was like a fucking PlayStation 3 game.
It was an Xbox game.
PlayStation 3 had one?
Yeah, it was like a PlayStation 3 360 game. Like,
Yeah.
it was a direct sequel to the movies.
Yep.
Oh wow, I must have missed that one.
I actually still want to get it because from everything I've seen, it's actually a really good game.
It is.
95% liked.
It
Came out in
essentially.
2009.
Yeah.
Look, 'cause
It
we might have that around.
essentially the
Yeah, I
game
remember that 'cause
was.
it was coming out shortly after I'd gotten through most of my tech schools for the military.
Hold on. Can you guys? Nope. Okay, everybody, hold on a second. I'm having technical difficulties with Discord, which is odd. Give me 1 second to get these guys
Christmas
back.
had a direct sequel as a video game.
Not that surprised.
Can you hear me?
Yes, it came out on
Minions
Xbox
of the
360
Zoo.
way back in the early
In
2000s.
space.
And I played a little bit of it. Oh my god, it's actually really fun.
If they have you go to the other holidays, that's actually pretty bitchin'.
It kind of doesn't. Like Oogie Boogie comes back and he's wreaking havoc, and you've got this weapon on you. It's kind of like a gripper. It's called a Soul Ripper
Oh Lord.
that you can use to hack and slash. It's kind of became a hack and slash game.
What? Nightmare Before Christmas?
We're playing as Jack Skellington too. It's really cool.
Really?
It's called Oogie's Revenge.
God
Oh, I'm sure
damn
I've
it!
heard of that.
Guys, I'm seeming to be having trouble. I swear, I think my computer hates me. Let me see if it's because my VPN is on. Nope, VPN is off. I have no clue what the hell's going on. Yo, Shaya. Oh, Lordy. Can you guys hear me?
Sensed. It's like they try to make the game
Hello?
that tells the movie, but it's pointless.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm seem to be having network trouble. I'm going to be right back.
All right.
Exit out.
Oh, apparently, yeah. Alien had Alien Isolation was one of those sequel movies or sequel games.
Got that.
Enter the Matrix was another good one.
Where's everything? Discord. Quit Discord. Hop back in. Sorry about this, everybody. I'm having technical difficulties. Let me check and see if I'm still streaming. I should be. Nope, I'm not streaming anymore. It's doing the whole means of the zoo thing, which it shouldn't be. Let's do that one with that one. All right, I think I'm back. Can you guys hear me?
Oh,
right.
yeah. I still need to do, I'm still gonna get I'm still going to do Stanley Parable for my channel. I'm gonna do that.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, I'm back up on this one. Let me see if I'm back up on chat. Cheryl, could you tell me if you can hear me? Oh, nope. I guess not. Nope. This one, and then my mic. Hey, Cheryl, can you hear me?
Well, you don't need to yell.
Sorry.
You can talk in a normal voice.
I'm sorry. Jeebus.
Go to Vegas next year, but I can't
I'm sorry.
find
I
any
always
information on what
just
happens
find that funny. It'll be on stream and whatnot, and it's like, oh, can this person other hear me? So I'm gonna yell like I'm trying to get further in the back of the room. It's like, dude, we're all in front of a mic, headphones. they're,
All right. No.
like, I appreciate the effort. You're used to your
It's
job.
not a Sprint commercial. We're okay.
Okay, now why isn't it broadcasting my game stream?
Can you hear me now? Now? How about now?
Whatever happened to that guy?
He worked at Verizon, then he went to Sprint.
It keeps cutting in and out.
Disappeared.
And then occasionally he does commercials and what.
He fell
Yeah,
off
I
a
keep
cliff paying
cut-
too
I
much
keep-
attention to his phone and whether or not he had a signal or not.
Yeah,
The
I
Grand
keep cutting
Canyon.
in and out for some odd reason, and I don't know why.
Well, you're not cutting in and out on Discord.
Can someone go over to the YouTube channel and listen and see if you can hear me?
Not while I'm on my phone.
I can hear you over there.
But I mean, heck, the way things were, if you look at like the phone things and whatnot, they pretty much replaced all of the different people who
Can
did
hear you
except
through the
for
stream.
me.
It's saying I'm getting, I don't know why. It says I'm dropping frames. I have no clue. My net's up.
Are you running a VPN?
My VPN is down. Okay, turned off my VPN.
Yeah, I always drop frames if my VPN is up.
Alright, now I need to see why. Successfully reconnected.
I can only hear the white guys.
Which white guy?
Well, he can hear all the white guys and the black cat, apparently. He
Can't hear the darkie.
What?
I said you can't hear the darkie.
Somebody talking?
Hello? Can you hear me? Is it me you're looking for?
That's why I always like the joke of where it's like, man, a lot of these things, they're modern day seances. It's just like, Tyr, can you hear us? Say something if you can hear us. Can your icon light up?
Can
Give us
you
a
hear
sign.
me? Give us a sign that you can hear us here.
Uh,
Well, I guess I gotta wait for you guys to complete that TFO.
We're done with it.
Well, I'm in 2. I'll hop over to
We're
5.
not.
Let's go to 9.
Well,
So
I've
did you
already.
guys see all the?
I transferred to
you guys see all
5,
the
thinking you guys
copium?
were there.
Oh, all right.
Fine.
Did you guys see
Five
all
with-
of the copium that people are having right now?
For what?
what thing now?
The Trump McDonald's thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, craziness
hilarious.
there.
Stage, bro. Yeah, like every political event. Fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, of course it's fake. We know this. It's set up because it's. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Can
Like they
you
brought
guys leave the
Kamala-
team so I can re-invite you?
Like, was Kamala and Walls' thing in the gas station not a fucking it's like political stunt where they had all that shut off?
Right.
It was the all of them in the Black Power history type shit several years ago where they did that fucking take a knee bullshit. Like that wasn't fucking staged.
Or can you invite
Or-
the team? Invite the team.
Or
There you go.
AOC getting arrested. That wasn't staged.
Or
that
AOC in
was
front of.
She wasn't
Okay.
arrested.
Hold on, and that one wasn't technically staged, but she was escorted. She was trying to stage it like she got arrested.
Yeah, she
she
faked
wasn't
it.
even she wasn't even handcuffed.
No, she put her hands behind her back.
She pretended she was.
Pretty sure the only time she getting handcuffed is when her boyfriend's when her other boyfriend is in town.
Ooh.
I honestly think basically it was just an entire way of marketing for McDonald's.
That and the fact that it was meant that it was meant to seem that Trump was more relatable, which it actually worked.
Yeah.
Well, then McDonald's was the smart one to be like, hey, because of everything, we necessarily can't find any records about it, but we can put it in our press because that tax information's always held. But
All
they're
right.
like, this
Oh
brought-
god, I hate this mission.
Gave them a fucking boost, and they were like, basically, it's like, hey, we thank Trump for doing this, and Kamala did work for us. We thank her for working for us way back when. Like, but their PR person was a fucking genius.
Nah, I know what they should.
Oh, right.
No, wait a minute. You know what Kamala should have done? Kamala should have kept her lie vague. Oh, I used to work for this little hole in the wall that I flip burgers at. It's probably not there anymore, and it could have been. That's all it could have been. No one would have questioned it because there's no way to verify.
That still wouldn't work because it's the current year, and quite literally because of how records of that shit gets put everywhere nowadays, someone would have found it.
Yeah, there are people on these campaigns whose entire job was to research. It's oppositional research.
They
Yeah.
actually hire weaponized autism.
Yeah, but
Oh,
even
yeah.
then, she could always say, "Oh, it was only for a little while. I didn't." Again, a vaguer lie would have been easier than say, "Oh, I worked at McDonald's."
Exactly.
But it still would have been disproven.
Even if she could always had the lie that, "Oh, that's not the one I work for."
You remember when Biden was like going around a while back? Every place he went to, he was saying that, "Oh, I used to work for this. I used to do this.
I used to do that.
I was a truck driver when I was in my teens. I drove 18-wheelers." And I'm like,
I marched with Nelson Mandela over the foothills of the Himalayas.
they try to be relatable, but they fail so hard.
Hey, one of the interesting things that came out when they were talking about Tim Waltz was like, I was in China during the Tiananmen Square, and he's like, oh no, I was in, but no, he wasn't. But then he says, well, I was in Hong Kong, and I'm like, so
No,
you
you
were
weren't.
perfectly safe.
You were
in a
fine.
perfectly safe area because Hong Kong wasn't China in 1989.
It was British.
His best gaff that night, that best gaff that he had.
I'm friends with school shooters.
Friends with school shooters.
Yes, that one was like how to sink a campaign every second.
No,
I was friends with school shooters.
I'm friends with the school
The
shooters.
government and here to help.
You know, we've used a whole lot of different words to describe him, but
Her other boyfriend, Jamal. James.
My grandma said something that is the perfect term for him, not offensive. My grandma actually said, she was like, he's just a jackass. And I'm like, that is the perfect term for him. He's a jackass. Why don't we just say jackass?
Again,
Look at for so many things when he brings up how he misspoke or I misspoke. You know, people know me. I'm just a big old knucklehead, and it's just like, dude, that is a terrible fucking thing, and no, people don't really.
It's a terrible thing to admit to.
Yes. Do you guys remember ages ago when Sarah Silverman made her statement? Oh, I was at this club. I was at this particular club, and I only got paid X, Y, and Z, while the guy got paid like double what I got. And the club owner comes out like, no, you weren't there. You weren't a big name yet. You were just a up and comer who begged to be on, and I gave you cab fare. You know.
You basically went to an open mic night that got paid for it. So shut up.
Yeah, I gave you cab fare, and her next line was, I should have kept it vague. I should have never named, you know, where it was. It wasn't that, oh, I misspoke or I misremembered. I openly lied, and I should have kept it vague.
But Tyr, the bigger thing that you're not looking at, Sarah Silverman, comedian, kind of actress.
Yes.
Versus a politician going for the presidency and vice presidency. They are fucking weeks apart.
True.
90% of the population does not give a fuck about Sarah Silverman. She is fighting for relevance. Worse than we do.
I'm not fighting for relevance. If I'm not relevant, okay. It doesn't bother me.
Point, we
relevance
accept it.
works than most.
Hey, Keever.
Okay.
You remember you guys remember the one where it was Chelsea Handler talking about 50 Cent and how they used to date and everything, and found out that 50 Cent was voting for Trump, and she came out on stage. She came out on an interview and said, "I have to remind him that he's black." I'm like, "Are you fucked?"
I guess we failed.
Like, Chelsea Handler? Are you fucked?
I'm insulted.
They said the quiet part out loud.
Go ahead.
I just see it in my own mind. It's like, you're black, and he just starts like screaming and crying. It's like, this is why I keep getting pulled over.
But you know what gets me about that entire stupid ass situation is that Chelsea Handler, if I'm not mistaken, is Asian, right?
White. She's white. Chelsea Handler.
Yes. I love how the white girl is telling the black man, "Oh, you forgot you're black." Like he doesn't look in the mirror. Or
You're
right.
black, don't you?
Or like
I remind him that he's black and he can't vote for Trump. I'm like, fucking excuse you?
that your skin color means that you automatically owe your allegiance. Why must you fail me, Tyr?
Yeah, it's exactly what I thought.
Well, you know what LBJ said.
We'll have them niggas voting for... Ooh, shit. Sorry. We'll have them black people voting for Trump for a billion years. Some to that effect.
YouTube, you have to remember, he is a black male.
Yes.
Wait, who said that?
LBJ said we'll have them blanks voting for Democrats for the next 100 years.
Oh, Lyndon B. Johnson. Lyndon B. Johnson. Yeah, that's right. He did say that. He was a Democrat, wasn't he?
Yes, yes.
Yep, the same person who's responsible of why I can't own a fucking Toyota Hilux. And the UAW.
The Hilux, the chicken tax.
This guy, he looks like he does taxes for fun.
She's German and Jewish. Even worse, Kiev. Her whole genetic makeup is a Oh God, I
Her
hate
whole
this mission.
genetic makeup was a mistake.
It's a contradiction.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's just terrible.
There was somebody talking about their 23andMe and they're like how they had like German and Eastern European, and the only thing that came to mind was like, a war happened there.
Does anybody know who Barry Goldwater was?
I do.
No.
He
was
he's a favorite.
Lyndon B. Johnson's running mate.
Okay. And he was.
Apparently, there was a lot of stuff about him. I think there was a lot of stuff about him in the work of the union or whatever.
He was an unusual. He came out on the Republican National Convention stage, and his line was, and I absolutely love it, and it's like, extremism in the defense of liberty is no vice. Moderation in the pursuit of peace is no.
Okay, he was a supporter of homosexuals serving openly in the military, environmental protection, gay rights, abortion rights, adoption rights for same-sex couples, and medical marijuana. Wow.
He was liberal as liberal can get, I guess.
Well, he wasn't really liberal. He was libertarian.
He was Republican. He was Republican.
His gay rights, his gay serving in the military line is he wants. Somebody asked him about that. It's like, you don't have to be straight. You just have to shoot straight.
That's a good line. I like.
That's where one comedian that I've seen, black man.
Cockpit of an F-22 identifies as a safe space.
Well, he made this joke that, and I even heard, I think it was before I was in the military, and I laughed from hard when I was in the military. He goes, I'd have no problem with gays being in the military. I mean, I wouldn't. I'd rather have it that if like we're on the front lines and I get shot, and he's like, what? They shot Philip. Fuck this.
Look, I have no.
Fuck, he was Polish.
He's like, I wouldn't mind having the person who's supposed to be protecting my ass thinking my ass is kind of cute.
Again, I have no problem with anybody doing anything. Keep bedroom activities in the bedroom. I don't want to know your perversions.
Exactly.
I have as everybody knows, I have kind of this weird autistic level of like loving to talk about.
We are playing board disconnect badly.
And Barry Goldwater is one of my favorite because he confronted Curtis LeMay, General Curtis LeMay. He's like, "Look, I'm a senator. Just lay it to me straight. Are there UFOs?" LeMay's like, "Never ask me that question again.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just value in your career. Never ask me that again."
You are boring.
So fucking dumb, but I'm about to try.
No, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about the TFO.
No, what he was the thing. He had a lot of people ask him about Roswell and Cinder, and it's like, look, just let me see the evidence, see what you have. I won't give him details. I'll just go to him and say, look, it's unfounded, or yeah, there's a little bit of evidence here. Just let me tell them something to make them feel better. And he's like, no, I'm not going to let you on these sides. You're not going to be. I don't care. You're the senator in charge of the Armed Forces Committee. You're not going to see him. Period.
He was also in World War II. Wow.
So fucking dumb.
And the ham radio operator.
I knew what I'm doing. I'm trying out 255 pounds for my final set of squats.
You can do it, Rotten. You can do it.
You wanna know where he's from?
Where?
Maricopa County, Arizona.
Hey, it ain't so.
It is. It's true.
Yep. I was looking on his Wikipedia page.
I think he was one of the guys that actually hung out with Hunter Thompson for a little bit.
He was also friends with Herbert Hoover, which
Says a lot.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
It says a lot. It really does. Herbert Hoover was not a.
Oh, fuck off. Oh, Jesus.
You okay, Rotten?
Oh. 255 pounds for a set of 10. Jesus, fuck, that was not fun.
I was like, were you running away from a freaking SCP or something?
SCP 250. Object class Keter.
And when I had my, like, I think it's like 80% of my body weight as well that's being put into the squat, it's like damn near 400. Whew.
You don't want to be chased by SCP-250.
Isn't 250 the hard destroy reptile?
It's 682.
Oh, well, I knew it was something. But...
This one is a living bone dinosaur.
Oh.
Close.
SCP 2020-2020-2002. Object class.
Special containment procedures. Fuck around, find out.
Fuck it around, find this out.
Yeah, that's a crazy one.
Kamala isn't even worth being an SCP.
No, she's not.
Then again, people have killed the SCP for me. Like, I used to be big into that community, and after the various Pride or Black Lives Matters thing with them, I'm like, yeah, I'm done with you guys.
The problem with that,
stuff like that. I don't remember that.
Regulations to what could go into the SCP thing, it was just a fucking toss-up.
No, all right. So, original, Mr. Medicare put up the video for it, and I was big into the community, and they literally started putting up like gay pride flag. Oh, and some of the SCPs that were serious, you know how you have 682J, which stood for joke SCPs that nobody was supposed to take serious. They allowed a joke SCP as the actual SCP.
CP420-J.
It was the horny space station that thought it was a actual person.
Wow.
No, and it called itself she they, if I'm not mistaken.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
I'm crying. I'm sorry.
Yeah. God damn it! What the hell? Why is everybody following me?
My head hurts with all that stuff, honestly.
I was just reading stupid articles, and somebody's like, if Trump is defeated, that we need to have a truth and
reconciliation.
Yes, thank you. Committee.
I remember they tried to do that in 2016 or 2020.
And well, they're trying to do it again.
Oh, and that one they were trying to do reconciliation. It was just a Ministry of Truth.
It was the Ministry of Truth.
Oh yeah. Ministry of Truth crap.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a Department of Misinformation. It's like, who decides it's misinformation?
You know what?
It kind of disappeared, didn't it?
Yeah, because people rightly pointed out that who watches The Watchmen?
That and the woman who they were putting in charge of it was blatantly inept to be doing it for. No, it wasn't. She was anti-Trump. She was anti a lot of things.
She was pro-vaccine, she was pro-vaccine, anti-Trump. She was Would you say, Mitch?
You could describe her as either pro-tyranny or anti-liberty, and you'd be saying everything you need.
Yeah, that's basically.
Yeah. Pro-tyranny. And it was supposed to be under the Department of Homeland Security. Like, it was Mayorkas's, one of Mayorkas's things.
That again needs to be put in freaking jail.
No,
Yes.
there's a traitor that could be, could use the old ways.
There are some people out
hold
there
on.
like
Wait a minute, hold on. James Colley says, tell Rodden to count the weight in stones. Smaller numbers that way. Yeah, they were on my ass.
I have no idea
Mitch
how much
McConnell-
a stone weighs.
Merrick Garland, Mitch McConnell, a few other people really need to go to jail. They really do.
Pelosi, Schumer.
Pelosi, Schumer, AOC is one of them.
No,
you
no.
know,
Squad.
I was like, oh, really, AOC also would have been in fucking politics and the government before majority of us were born.
Wait a minute,
They've
hold
been
on.
such heat.
Wait, everybody, hold on. I want to say something. AOC was killed at January 6th, and I think we need to respect her and have a little memorial for her. She told us herself that she died.
Oh, she said that she was almost raped. I remember that one. Oh my god, she wasn't even there.
We can't forget her crying at that parking lot in a cage.
Oh yeah, the crying at the fence.
Wearing all white. Oh
Wearing
god.
that, or eat the rich dress. God.
So
Okay,
wait,
that one I actually have a major issue with because for the whole thing for the Met Gala, you can't wear an eat the rich frickin' dress that costs damn near as much as I make in a year. Plus,
Wait a
go to a
minute.
freaking, have a. Well, it was like it was like a $35,000 dress. The Met Gala tickets themselves are like $70,000 or more. So again, we're looking
I think
pretty
they're
much
at
triple what I make a
75,000
year.
now.
again,
Yeah, I see.
when she said eat the
Everyone
rich, I'm
there
like,
was
so you're into
rich.
cannibalism.
The worst part about this, the Met is taxpayer funded.
Yeah.
And probably a tax write-off because the chick who made the Eat the Rich dress was able to write that off as a tax write-off. That's the reason why it's like I'm still surprised companies don't do like pizza parties more, because since that's a business expense, they can write that off for the taxes.
Oh yeah, the Met Gala ticket price right now is $75,000.
Shit, that's more than I make it. That's my entire year's salary. Well, not salary, but my entire year.
That's more than my entire year's salary.
Entire tables cost $350,000.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
It's half.
Yo, Jen.
Guests are treated to a cocktail hour, dinner, and exclusive performances.
No.
$350,000. Fuck that.
Alright, I will openly admit to this. I'm a cheap bastard.
Same.
Like,
No, Tyr. You're not cheap. You're frugal.
oh, my
You're
bad.
thrift-
Oh yeah.
I'm thrifty. Gotta make it sound classy. Thrifty.
The government is cheap and still overspends.
Hey Jen.
Yo, Jen.
Like you're trying to stretch your dollar as it is, so that would be being thrifty or something like that. Frugal.
Yeah, that's called living within your means.
Yes.
Something the government's never able to do.
When the money printer go
Live
burr,
on taxpayer means.
It came off the gold standard days, really.
look,
Well,
Sorry, the government should not.
They were
If
doing
you're in
that.
the government, you should be making $15 to $20 an hour, and not be getting thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars a year. I'm sorry.
Well, it used to be the trade-off with government was essentially less pay, slightly better benefits, and a lot better job security. And then they traded it off for like, well, no, we want them to be the best paid and the best benefits and the best job security and unionized against the American people.
I mean, when you can vote on your
Insider
own raise, when you can get the vote on your
Especially
own
because-
raise, that's fucking powerful.
Yeah, especially because the unions then give money to the people that they negotiated with against the American people, who then have a vested interest in keeping the unions in power.
Yeah.
Because
Lobbying,
that's like-
isn't that
that's like-
fun?
Oh, it's like, hold on. We got AOC was a bartender supposedly, and went from like what, a $35,000 to $165,000 a year job by being elected. Okay, and then she says, "Well, I need a pay increase because otherwise I might have to go to dark money." It's like your
So you're
salary-
openly admit to bribery?
Your yearly salary does not include your expenses and whatnot. That's a different thing. If you can't survive off $165,000 a year to make $35,000 a year, you should not be in office. You are fiscally inept.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure she's always been fiscal.
Again,
She's mentally inept. What are you talking about?
it'd be a different thing if
She may be inept in all levels and all ways except for spreading her legs. So I mean,
Ooh.
and I really
I'm
wouldn't
sorry,
want to
I
hit
wouldn't
that.
touch
I
that
wouldn't know.
donkey with a 10-foot pole.
The thing that drives me so crazy about it is the unionization of government employees.
Oh yeah, public
Yeah,
sector
government
unions
employees
should not
be
exist.
Like,
The government employees should not be unionized.
All right, okay, because I'm part of a union, I will defend this racket. I'm inclined to defend it. So
No, you're not.
All right, the union
No,
technically.
you're probably not declined to defend it so much as if anybody catches you speaking out against it, you might turn up like Vince
Lose some of those
Foster.
benefits.
All right, okay. To be fair, the union did help me keep my job.
That's what it's supposed to do.
Well, here's the thing. If we're actually going to be honest about it, if unions are done right, they can be a very good thing.
They
Problem
can
with
be.
most unions is most people don't actually do what they're supposed to in them, and the only people who actually go through and have it that the union's going to fight for them are the shitbags, because they're the only ones going to the meetings. So since they're the lowest common
lobbyists.
denominator, that's who it has to go for.
All right,
I'm just talking
okay.
about unions in general. So like if it's at a shop, the guy who's usually a shitbag trying to get out of his work and everything, he's attending every union function and doing all the things he's supposed to for the union. So it makes him look good that he's doing his job per the union, but he's not actually doing his job.
All right. To be fair, the last two union presidents we had have become corrupt. The first one,
Yep.
a girl named Mia, she became union president, and she invited our boss. She went downstairs. She invited the person that she should be arguing with for our job to her wedding. When they kicked her out of the union, when she lost the union presidency, she went over to headquarters and became a administrative assistant.
Well, she didn't become corrupt. She started out corrupt.
Yeah. The second guy started off good, and he became corrupt. Like one of his friends, he was friends with a supervisor, and she got into some shit, and he tried to lobby union resources to help her when she isn't part of the. She's not a BEU, collective bargaining unit. You know, she's not protected by the union, but he tried to lobby resources to help her because he liked her. They were friends. And people rightly called him out on that shit.
Aren't they supposed to be like non-biased on that?
Well, again, he can't lobby union resources for a bargaining unit. Like he can't do that. And as she technically counts as management because she's a supervisor. He can't use the resources of the union to help her keep her job. You know?
That was like, what's his name? The one union that was going through and like, my guys do all this work, you know. He was even trying to say like, we do all this work. It's like, dude, you make over 70, or it's like, what is it? Like over 100,000 shit.
I'll be right back. I'm going to eat me some drink, but I can still hear you
and
guys.
it's like, dude, you haven't done the job of the docks in fucking years, if you ever did. It's the reason why, like, every major union that has a thing like that, it's just like, dude, all you've done is sucked off the wages of other people for fucking 20 years plus. Like, union bosses, like, I know people don't like to hear this, but a lot of union bosses and presidents and whatnot should be paid fucking dirt poor because their job is to their people, not to fucking line their pocket where they make $750,000 a year.
Right.
Like, one of the things that's annoyed me is that the teachers went on strike here, and when they went on strike to get more pay, we were 46th in the nation in education. We were 49th.
Pretty good
now.
for top 50th, top 50.
So there were 49. So guys, about that pay raise.
See, just like every other public sector job, teachers' unions should not exist. They protect mediocrity. They protect the lowest at the expense of the most enthusiastic about the work.
And typically the other thing that's also not helping for the teachers as well, that a lot of people don't like to admit, is the fact of having to have like a fucking degree or certification. I would say plausibly the Board of Education, you know, for the admission wouldn't have been so bad, but they're like, well, now you got to have X, Y, and Z because they kept adding shit to it and didn't need to get added.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, you don't have to have a freaking, you know, degree in education to be a teacher. I mean, for Christ's sake, I've only been at my job a little over 3 years, and I've taught like 7 people how to do the job in several spots. I taught people in the military, not a whole lot because I'm a mostly funky idiot, but I still taught them how to do the job for the basic part.
I've taught a lot of people how to do.
I'm a high functioning idiot.
For a very short time there, I was doing training classes for Samsung.
I mean, again, most of the union shit. Most unions have eventually become corrupted. It is a lot of money flowing in. It is, you know,
I think the word you're looking for is all. All unions eventually become corrupted.
True.
My opinion on the teacher strike is like, I think the governor, she should have walked out on the steps of the Capitol where they were all gathered and said, you have 48 hours. Get back to work, or you forfeit your jobs, your benefits, your pension plans, and we'll revoke your teaching licenses.
Reagan firing the air traffic controllers. They should only get 48 hours if you're on a weekend. It's like you have to the start of the next school day.
No, get off my lawn. I have the highway patrol here. They have guns.
All right,
Highway
so
patrol is the state police.
When unions first formed, unions made sense, just like everything else.
Yeah, unions had a place in history, a good reason and a benefit, and virtually every abuse that they were formed to fight against is illegal now.
Yeah, it's kind of like activists. They were supposed to fight to put themselves out of a job.
It's like when there are no more dragons to slay, what did the Dragon Slayer do? You know,
He becomes a gardener, but still continues to teach the dragon slaying techniques in case dragons ever some return.
no, or you know, the Witchfinder will always find witches even if none exist.
Oh yeah, that's a guarantee.
And that's the point I was trying to make. The Witchfinder always finds witches.
It's always the bureaucracy thing. Two things about a bureaucracy. A bureaucracy will always act in its own self-preservation, and a bureaucracy will always act to expand its power. So any bureaucracy, a bureaucracy to find a cure for cancer will never
find a cure for cancer.
Exactly.
Like,
if anything, it will fight to hide any discovered cures for cancer.
Just like
it's always going to act towards self-preservation first, and towards the expansion of its power second. They never do anything else.
Yep.
I'm under the conspiracy that they actually do have a cure for cancer.
I'm under that conspiracy
they don't
too.
want to put it out there.
I'll tell you why I'm under that conspiracy. If you give me essentially infinite money to find something, I can find it, but I don't want to lose that infinite money, so I'm not gonna say shit.
Well, there's a practical example of it. Look at NASA versus
Versus Elon.
SpaceX.
I was gonna say all you got was Travis is look at activists. They never say that they want to go through stuff to try to end racism or something like that. Like, we need $500 million to start a conversation.
I got curious about activism. I got curious about environmental activism. And how bad is our air right now?
Not that bad.
Not bad as air pollution in general. Just going off of what you hear from activism.
It's terrible. We're actually breathing in tons of biocarbons and plastics, and we all should be suffocating, according to activists.
In reality, as far as how bad is air, very nominal. It's almost, as far as since the U.S. has become industrialized, it's been improving over the last couple of decades, except the whole notion of carbon dioxide being a pollutant. Carbon dioxide is an essential atmospheric gas
that we need to give off. So
all the undersea life and above sea plant life, and they're finding out that it's the plants aren't actually getting enough, so it's going to make plants die out plausibly.
Yeah.
It's like, congratulations on your whole thing of claiming you're trying to save the planet and the plants, you're actually killing them.
Since 1990, we've reduced air pollutants by 90%.
And I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Oh no, but you never hear that. You never hear somebody's like, "Wow, look at how awesome we are. We actually accomplished something."
Because the point is to destroy the U.S. economy, followed by any other first world economy. But mostly it's hated the U.S. and wanting to start.
Oh yeah, that's why we have communist and revisionist history on the U.S.
But there's another thing about that, and you see this occasionally. The thought is like, you are the carbon they want to eliminate. Think about this. They are saying carbon dioxide is a pollutant that should be avoided. Hello, every single one of us generates carbon dioxide. They want to get rid of you.
There was but you never hear about. They never wanted. Things never get better. They do get better. They don't want it to get better because they make money and it gives them money and power.
Yeah, there's a reason why they fight so hard to silence any scientist that disagrees with them, so they can keep doing the science is settled thing, which is a blatant lie.
Tragic. I got one better for you. Racism. When will racism finally be over? When will the demon of racism finally die and racism will no longer exist? When will it happen? When is this fight over?
In the words of the great, what's his name?
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Racism was over when people stopped talking about it.
Yes. All right. So, and when will feminism be over? What right do feminists have that females don't have that a man doesn't have? When is it done? When has this dragon finally been slain?
And Tyr, racism will be over on a Thursday of the 28th. I can't tell you which month or which year.
But it'll be over that day. I'll look forward to it.
Yes, it'll be over that. This is just like a lot of religious people doing the whole end of the world thing. I must have done a number wrong. Or wrote a letter.
Isn't it funny that religious people used to do the whole end of the world thing?
Now it's climate changes.
Bullshit. Now it's climate change and global warming and crap.
Again,
AOC, we have a year. We have a year left to live, apparently, according to AOC's end of the world.
No,
by every single one of those environmental extremist alarmists, we've already gone past the point of no return tipping point a dozen times.
Multiple
I mean, it's happened like twice a decade for the last 40 years.
Hold on, everybody. You got to remember something. We're all actually dead. We died in 2012, like AOC said.
Oh fuck yeah, that's right.
We're all actually dead. We just don't want to acknowledge
hell.
Tyr, he did not die. Macho Man Randy Savage sacrificed himself.
Since you know you're right.
Yeah, brother. Racism will end as soon as aliens arrive.
Yeah. As soon as we have a bigger enemy to fight.
Yep.
Okay. How are we gonna? Are we sure that we're not gonna fight aliens because we can't even? We fight over skin color. Are we sure we're gonna be okay with aliens?
We can't
All right.
even successfully fight ourselves.
There's people in West Virginia who definitely fight aliens.
No, this is my thing.
Florida
when there's a bigger threat.
Florida, Michigan. Well, here's one thing. Every single Obama year, I came to this thing. I almost wrote a article
on Medium. He was always a Medium author.
Well, say Medium if no one else would take it, but I almost wrote an article every single year he was in office, because you notice every single year he was in office, all of the complaints of racism and everything got worse. The system is more racist against black people. Black people are in control. Baltimore, systemic racism. Blacks have been in control there
forever.
For decades.
Forever.
Here's the thing: is you come back to it, and every year you get Martin Luther King Jr. Day. You go, okay, and I got very, very close to writing an article pointing out every single year we are getting every year since 2012, 2008. Every single year since then, we have been getting more removed, farther from his dream. We hit the point where we were doing reasonably well, and they actively resurrected
done back in the 90s.
Yeah, they actively resurrected it because they had to have the leverage to, they had to have a weapon, a tool to use as leverage against people they didn't like. After every year Obama was in office, we got farther from the dream. We got more judgment by color of skin and less by content of character.
Yes. I got one for you though. Right now in this very call, we're from all over the place, correct?
Yeah.
We're not, according to the mainstream, we should hate each other. I should feel oppressed because I'm in a room with so many white people and I'm not being represented.
Oh, I do hate all of you, but it's not. I mean,
it's not for those reasons. I get it.
Skin or anything like that. It's because I'm a cat. It's built into DNA.
I'm just here to oppress Texans.
And I hate everybody equally, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's it. You know, this is
Well,
like
I'm black, so I gotta hate you. I gotta hate you guys for some odd reason. So you know,
I had
You're black. You
I
gotta
had a
hate white
psychiatrist-
people. It's in your DNA.
I had a
Man, am I the
psychiatrist
only
who
one-
used to be in the military, and it was hilarious because he got to a point where he said something, and an officer called him out about that. Like, people are offended. This was like, well, I'm an equal opportunity offender. I offend without regard for race, religion, sexuality, creed, etc., etc., etc. And if I haven't offended you yet, just give it time. I will.
I'm not racist.
Everyone equally.
Hold on. Let's say I was gonna go with the old, Arlie E. Ermy one. I don't hate any of you. You are all equally worthless.
Well, thank you, Rodden. At least you see, Rodden understands. Rodden gets it.
I brought up.
There is no sexism here in my military. There is no racism here in my military. You are all equally worthless and equally pieces of trash.
I brought up her stream with
Until
Robin.
I say otherwise.
Go ahead.
I brought up her stream with Robin the last time I got to see her because she's moving next door to me. But
Why?
Because she inherited the house. We're neighbors now.
My God.
I will tell you, and we'll get to this one. I will tell you, I came up with the most white, petty form of revenge ever. But I brought up the stream with her, and she's like, "Oh wow, you're a bunch of casual racists," and I'm like, "That's insulting. We're professionals."
They're right. Hold on.
There's nothing casual about it.
Exactly. I feel insulted. I might have to give her a piece of my mind one day.
I share every stream with her.
Are you sure you have enough mind to spare for that, Tyr?
I'm black. I haven't passed grade school yet.
I mean, if you give her some of your
Grab a
mind
snowball.
there, if you give her a piece of your mind, you're gonna have even more trouble remembering to breathe.
Oh yeah.
Won't be able to find the DMV with a map and an escort. As a passenger in an Uber.
Tyr doesn't know how to use the internet.
Nope. I don't even know. You're right. Like, I'm just so scared. I don't know how to do anything. All these fancy words, internet.
If I would be afraid that you'd accidentally get something.
Ew.
You would be infected with the white woman.
Ooh.
No.
All of a sudden, in the middle of the night, you'd be attacked by wanting to listen to true crime and pumpkin spice.
Ooh. God no. That's
You
a
just turned into Bugs Bunny for a second.
that's a fate worse than death.
Okay,
You just turned Bugs Bunny for some reason.
I'll tell you the whitest, most petty, and stupidest form of revenge.
Okay.
She's moving in quickly. We were talking about it, and because I was friends with my father-in-law. I was friends with him.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since he died, I just kind of went over there and took care of the yard, even though I didn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
And then she decided, oh, well, I'll just pay Travis to do it. So she's paying me $50 a week to mow, do 5 minutes worth of mowing.
Okay.
But she's like, yeah, she's moving with her boyfriend.
Okay.
And she's like, yeah, he hates mowing. He's just dreading having to get out and do that every week or so. I'm like,
$5 an hour.
oh, well, really? So when she left, and I went into my garage. I have lawn fertilizer. I went over to that, spread lawn fertilizer all over that front yard in Miracle Grow.
Oh, you're the monster.
That is
I can't-
evil.
Man, that is shallow, petty, evil, and I love it.
Travis, you are my spirit animal.
My spirit animal is a honey badger on methamphetamine.
That's a scary combination right there.
It really is.
The honey badger didn't care to begin with and took whatever it wanted. That's just...
Honey badger don't
Yo,
care
Crimson.
as long as all your copper
Honey
pipes.
badger don't give a fuck.
Honey badger just took your catalytic converter.
God damn it! They always
Wait,
taking my
when did the
cat.
honey badgers go to Florida?
When did the honey badger become black?
Oh,
What I'm aware of, the only issue with the honey badger is not to have the stamina that a wolverine does.
yeah, but that honey badger still murked
If you were to fight each other, the as long as the wolverine can keep whatever going it needs to, like he would win out on stamina.
Yeah, well, wolverines tend to win out on stamina against everything, including bears.
And Deadpool. I mean, what?
Like honey badgers are the ones that would yell at you, being like, "Give me a minute."
Goddamn
Give me
shit!
rest for a little bit, then I'm gonna start fighting you again.
Name a more white person word than loogie.
Booger.
Or happenstance.
Regardless.
Fucko.
Bother.
Bucka. No, malarkey.
Malarkey.
Hogwash.
Augers.
Hogwash. Tiddlywinks.
Newsflash.
Tiddlywinks.
No, I'm gonna use the two of mine put together in that whole thing, and that'd be newsflash, bucko.
Oh god.
That is a super white statement right there.
Dude, really?
Hey, cut the malarkey, okay? Cut the malarkey.
I'm gonna take you behind the woodshed, Jack.
Fats, come on, Fats. I'm gonna challenge him to a push-up contest.
Right
Use a,
behind the woodshed where nobody can see.
use a lion, dog, face, pony soldier.
That is the weirdest.
Confession through projection, right there.
You know, I really wish Trump would have said something. It's like, I'm going to take you behind the woodshed. Oh, and smother
That
me
was
in
Biden's
gravy.
thing.
You know,
Behind the woodshed was Biden's thing.
I know. I was like, Trump should have responded and said something like very accusing him of
sus.
homosexuality.
you
No,
know
Trump
what?
should have hit him with. Trump should have hit him with. That sounds kind of sus.
You
No,
know
you
what?
should have just been like, "Dude, I'm not playing 7 minutes in heaven."
Not with you, at least. I don't float that way.
They just choked on my cigarette, dude. I was lighting a cigarette when you said that. I choked.
Look, cut the malarkey. Everybody, cut the malarkey, okay? Just cut the malarkey. We all know that Corn Pop was a bad dude. Corn Pop was a bad dude. All right, he ran a crew of bad boys.
Does anybody know who that corn pop guy was?
No, but he was a bad dude apparently.
I hear Kelly was Esther Williams.
Or my favorite, one of the dumbest ones that Biden said was like he used to teach black kids to read or whatever.
No, black kids are just as smart as white kids. No,
That's it. He said, yeah, that's right. Oh,
He said,
poor
poor kids are just as smart as white kids.
yeah, projection. I'm going.
This is not good. Bad touch. Bad touch.
All right, this was said when he was fully aware. He said that he didn't want his kids going to school in a racial jungle.
Yep.
He would
There are so many racist things that Biden has said that nobody gives a shit about.
because he's on the right side of history,
Right.
and by right side I mean he's a Democrat.
Yep.
Like nobody
For
said
the soul of a nation. He
what
plagiarized that from.
what was that? Who was the governor of Georgia before Youngkin? Was it Youngkin?
Or Youngkin?
The before the current one. Remember
Georgia?
he was dressed in blackface and nobody said a thing.
Trudeau?
Not Trudeau. It was
Lester Maddox.
No, the one before the current one. Ralph Northam. There it is.
Yeah,
Ralph Northam. He was dressed in. He went to a Halloween party in blackface.
I saw that video. I saw that photo.
It was either him in blackface or it was him in the KKK outfit.
There was somebody who dressed as a full Indie, like a full like
Trudeau.
From somebody from India.
Trudeau. He was Aladdin. Yeah.
Oh wow, that was terrible.
But I don't care about blackface. It doesn't bother me. It's stupid, But if you want to dress like that, go right ahead. I've seen worse.
Never worn black.
They tried to get an 8-year-old. There was an 8-year-old boy who was at a Chiefs game.
Mm-hmm.
Who had black and red face paint on. They took a pic. Somebody took a photo of the side of his face that was black.
Yeah.
And this asshole from a fucking, I think it was
Deadspin. Deadspin.
Yeah, it was Deadspin, and he wrote an entire article talking about how he was racist. And about a couple weeks ago, he came out saying, he was saying that, he found this one group of people that didn't like it because he was upsetting both the black and the Native American community.
When come to find out, he's Native American himself.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Because when they brought up the fact that he was wearing the black and red face paint because it's the colors of the team, it's like, okay, it technically wasn't in that. Then he was like, oh, well, the headdress he was wearing, that's offensive to Native Americans. Then it turns out the kid is Native American as well.
Yup.
And they're trying to be like, well, they shouldn't have this. The judge should dismiss the case against us. And the judge is like, no, fam. In for a penny, in for a pound. You tried to ruin a child's life.
It's the same when they tried to ruin the Covenant kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
When they were exonerated, if they still were doing something wrong, by what? Just stand there smiling, trying not to make a scene. Fuck you guys.
The one Native American that was drumming right in his fucking face.
Yeah, quite literally, he's being the aggressor by drumming and walking into everyone else. It's like, no technicality. If you would have touched the kid, that would have been battery on a child.
I had 3 words. Fuck the View.
Remember when they tried to say, he's a veteran.
Definitely passed.
Nope, not fucking the View. Nope, nope.
I'm not saying fuck the View. I'm saying fuck the View as an entire group of people. They could go fuck off. Not physically. Get your head out of the gutter.
I'm sorry. I need to rip out my mind's eye.
I know your pain. I will never do that. No, hell no. I'm glad Sharon Osbourne left that shit show.
Why? She was just fucking retarded.
Yeah, but she was a little less retarded.
Because they had difference of opinions.
Look, and I still think it's funny, just like Kamala Harris, that was a joy band from. It's like, there needs to be reparations to black slaves. Turns out she comes from a family of fucking slave owners.
Yeah.
or slavers at the bare minimum. It's just like, yeah, you ought to look into those things.
You need to get reparations from yourself? Okay, lady.
I think it was Tree of Life. I think it was Tree of Life on Twitter who went through all of the past presidents in life we've had. Every single one of them have been slave owners.
Except Donald Trump.
Except for Trump.
But you know
that's
what
like
gets me?
That's like the old joke as well. Everyone's like, Obama was their black president. It's like, I mean, honestly, if you're going to go off stereotypes, it's not even Trump. It was Clinton.
Yeah, Clinton was for a black president.
Yeah.
Well, you see, I want to say Obama
I did not
was
have
the
sexual relations with that woman.
44th
Depends on what your
white
definition of
president.
is.
I say that on feminist grounds because his mother.
I'm going to say he was our first gay president, though. Like,
oh, I am dead.
I'm going to say that he's our first gay president.
I
Obama.
doubt that.
If you cannot produce a picture of Michelle pregnant, I'm calling sus on that. Like,
No, I'm just saying I don't think he's our first gay president. Sure.
oh,
Yeah, the dispute there is the notion that he is the first.
okay, all right, okay, my bad.
I
He was
know-
against
I know-
gay. He was against gay rights in his first term.
And while I know a lot of people won't like me to say this and whatnot, Lincoln wasn't,
What?
Buchanan probably was.
because of him having the whole like having his
Hold on, right?
his cabin,
Wait.
and then the whole fucking thing
Hold
of like,
on,
oh, well,
right,
men sleep in the same bed. It's like that shit was fucking common.
Right, you broke up a minute there. What did you say?
Because of Lincoln like having his male friends or whatnot, like they would stay over at his place, but the place only had one bed, so everyone would sleep in the same bed.
Yeah, because it's fucking cold.
Every single why does every gay person, whenever like actual moments of like brotherhood or friendship, like deep friendship happen between two men, they
It's
completely
gay.
think
Oh, I
about
know.
Like, do you not have decent friends?
You have to touch tips first, you know.
Hey, Jen, you gotta touch tips. Look, Jen, if you don't look each other in the eye, it's not gay.
You know, it's hard for it. You know, you gotta really.
Riley and Jonesy on Letterkenny already explained that it's not gay if you sleep pole to pole or hole to hole. You cannot
Yes.
sleep pole to hole.
Yeah, that's gay. That's gay.
No, I heard it's not gay if it's in a three-way.
Look, it's not gay unless you say like words, like I love you and shit like that. Okay.
I'm going to tell you this flat out. As someone who's been in the military, sleeping in the same bed as another man is gay unless you're actually having sex.
I mean, that's gay, dude. Yeah.
Only when you're in a freaking room, so you can go out to the bars because there aren't any bars by your base. So you can save money that way. You've got like 6 to 8 guys in one motel room. Some people's going to be sharing a bed.
All right, this is my thing about this entire situation. Not everything is gay. You don't need to rewrite history to fit your idealized world. Male friendships have been male friendships for the last umpteen years, and because you don't understand male friendships, doesn't make it gay.
So that's like, I know it always comes off in the whole thing of like, oh, it can't. Men and women can be friends and not have sexual attention.
Yes.
Well,
It's-
here. Oh, you finish.
Go ahead, Jen.
Well, it's not the same thing because it's all the same thing nowadays anyway. But due to a past stream that I know I was saying worse things in the chat for, I have now learned that spirit chucker is a racist term. Now I gotta tell you something, Tyr.
Yes.
My version of spear chucking is people who were really into archery, who were like, archery be boring, so let's upgrade to spear chucking so we can throw one at a bear, right?
It's like axe throwing, spear chucking. Yeah, I get it.
Now, don't get me wrong, I do know that there are tribes in Africa who still do it. I actually admire a lot of their spears because they're fucking awesome looking. And not easy to make.
I'll reveal this about this. My favorite melee weapon will always be a spear.
I'm just saying it is.
I kind of like a halberd better.
It's in your soul.
No, I'm not talking about the short spear. I'm not talking about the short spear. I'm talking about the actual long spear. Like it is because it's both an offensive and a defensive weapon. It is the perfect object, and it's easy to make.
Well, hell, hold on, Jen. Since you brought up the whole thing of hunting a bear, like, yeah, I'm one person removed. My dad actually knew that, in his group of friends, their bet was the last person to get a deer had to hunt with a spear the next year. And the guy my dad knew didn't get a deer, got it last year or whatever. So he trained all fucking year into the next hunting season with a spear, and then he was the first one to get a deer, and he got it with a spear.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
It's something that I have to explain to the woke crowd, who are probably a bunch of pompous, classist assholes, because that's actually the problem we're really having here. So my first thought when I was thinking spear chucker wasn't a black person, because it's not limited to black people. It just isn't. You know, I have a lot of respect for parts of Africa who still do that.
Yeah, spears have been all over the planet.
Like, it's very traditional.
Basically every culture in history has had a time with spears.
Well, it's because spears are easy to make. It's a sharpened stick and it's a spear.
I mean, once we figured out how to throw a rock, I mean, we started the arms race. We were the ones creating God's image, not you.
Yeah.
So I'll be real with you. I got really offended on behalf of the actual sport. Like, I wasn't offended on behalf of a bunch of black people that's not even really directed to. I mean, it can be. Like, if you're making a futuristic character and they're black, but they're limited to just a spear, I'm gonna question you on why. Not because a spear is not a good weapon, it can be. I actually have a lot of respect for spear chuckers. But I am gonna ask, because it seems like you're shorting him.
Alright, now I'll say this. Someone brought this up and it made sense. If you have a setting where the culture revolved around melee fighting, you know, like if you remember Outlaw Star, there was a space station where they couldn't use guns.
Okay.
Because if someone fired and it hit the glass, it would blow a hole in the glass and they all fucking died. So they used swords. They used energy swords on this space station. So makes sense. If you have a contained something like that, oh, well, we have to use melee weapons if we want to fight, you know, knives, shivs, swords, shit like that, because if someone fires a gun and it ricochets and hits the glass, it shatters the glass, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, and if they hit you with a gun, they cut your head off.
Yeah, you know.
That's what I mean by the storytelling and the context. Like, if I'm questioning in the story why you're doing this thing, that doesn't mean I'm being racist. You know, it is actually asking why is this being inserted here. Now, what you explained, well, that's an obvious story scenario. That makes sense. So everyone, regardless of color, is going to be using a weapon that's not a gun. So that's not the issue. It's
medieval long axes.
Yeah.
I will question that with any character, actually. It doesn't have to be limited to a black character. It is always just questioning about a storyline. Maybe I didn't understand that, or maybe there's something there I didn't know. So having a conversation about it, A, that's not racist. And B, nobody's looking down on the weapon except for the people who are getting offended.
Just like how blacks are orcs.
Oh, yeah, I fucking hate that concept. Ugh, it pisses me off.
Jen, here's the thing. If you're asking questions, it's because they did a piss poor job of explaining the story concept.
Yeah.
And that's falling on them. It is.
And to bring up the blacks or orcs thing again, I hated how they missed the entire point of the orcs in Lord of the Rings. You know, they weren't black people; they were corruption and evil personified.
Yes.
They were distortion of the creation because
the Morgoth couldn't create anything; he only could warp it.
Yeah, the one who made them could not create anything of his own. He could only futilely distort what was already created.
Yes, and they don't get that. Oh, they're black people. No.
It's the same thing in D&D
Go ahead.
nowadays. The same thing in D&D.
You were saying something, Jen?
I was gonna say I kind of a little bit blame WoW, And it's not WoW's fault. I blame a lot of the people who are trying to romanticize that, but I know that for WoW there were a couple of orc characters, like there's a whole genre based off of those two characters where, you know, there was contact between the humans where you could kind of understand their point of view, and that humanized them. And
Yeah,
in
but
all honesty, it made for a great story.
yeah, but the point that there's a huge difference in the universe of WoW. The orcs there are literally they are just regular a creation. It's not the same as the orcs in, say, Lord of the Rings, who are corruption. They're corrupted elves in the Lord of the Rings. In Warhammer, that's just another race, as like the dwarves or the humans themselves, the elves. It makes sense that they would be humanized because that's what they really are, just humans in a different skin, if you will.
I think
Now-
that's the problem with a lot of these folks. Like, maybe it's because they don't read as much genre that they don't understand the concept that, you know, this kind of character can be designed and written different.
Or they see the word orc and think all orcs are the same. You know, like take vampires. The Twilight vampires are very different from the vampires in Anne Rice. Twilight vampires can go out in the daytime perfectly well, but they sparkle like fucking diamonds.
Yeah, and then the horrible thing about Twiglets and anything else that is...
Yo, Batman.
Hello. The terrible thing about Twiglets and anything else that is written and absorbed into the cultural gestalt on anything is it becomes viable lore.
Yeah.
But originally, in like old folklore, vampires could indeed go out in the daytime.
It just weakened them.
Yeah, Stoker's Dracula was able to go out in the day if he just had less power.
Yeah, mostly some it didn't. But one thing they all shared in common in European folklore, as far as I know, is they had to return to their graves.
They had to sleep. They had to sleep in They either had to sleep in their graves or sleep in the earth from their homeland. Like he couldn't.
Yes, John Carpenter vampire did that same way.
See, most of them, yes.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but most of them.
Yeah.
And you go back far enough. Some of the earliest mythologies about vampires is they weren't intelligent. They weren't suave noblemen. They were more like Romero zombies.
Yeah. They were ravenous. They were literally the ravenous dead. You know.
Yeah,
They were.
You ever seen that Vincent Price film, The Last Man?
Last Man on Earth, yes.
That's more.
Or
like,
Omega Man.
Yeah, that's what they were more what they were like originally.
And that one, I love I hate how they warped that story for I Am Legend. When
the Omega Man was loosely based on them, but I think about 3 films.
Yeah, the Charlton Heston one was more a action movie than what it was. But I bring up I Am Legend because he never learned that he is the monster. Like, he's their boogeyman.
Well, in the Will Smith one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they thought, oh, I am legend because I become a legend amongst the survivors. Oh.
No, you become you are their boogeyman. And there was an alternate ending where it shows him realizing, oh shit, I'm the one in the wrong in this situation. You know? He's protecting his woman, and I captured her to experiment on her.
Yep.
And that
he was Dr. Mengele.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the
I'm Legend with Will Smith. There's an alternate. If you had the DVDs, there was an alternative ending where he realizes he's the monster and he gives her back to the monsters and he leaves. Like, he realized, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Did you guys hear what I said?
No.
Were you talking about the book of Iron Legend or the movie?
The movie. The movie of I Am Legend had the ending where he goes out in this heroic sacrifice and kills like the monsters and gets the vaccine to the people.
Yeah, that's if you've read the book, I'd say it.
I haven't read the book. I
No,
need to
you
pick
do.
up the book.
There's two groups of beings. There's the vampires, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're split into two things. There's the ones who haven't died and come back yet, and there's the ones who have come back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, were they vampires or were they zombies? 'Cause I still
They
have
were
no idea.
vampires.
They were vampires because they possess a measure of intelligence, and they needed blood to survive.
And they were allergic to garlic. Like, I remember that being a plot point where he tested a woman and she could smell the garlic. She didn't recoil from
They
it.
had a psychological.
I need to rewatch I Am Legend then. I don't remember that.
Oh no, we're talking about Omega Man. Or
No, about the book I Am Legend.
oh, okay.
Or the Vincent Price film Last Man on Earth, which you should watch.
Yes, I
But
really
they
should
were
watch it
also
again.
terrified of like religious icons, so stuff that they believed in when they were alive. Because yes, eventually the bacteria, and it's a bacteria, not a virus.
I like the explanation. I like the explanation of vampires in the Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Because it says the reason why that they're weak to silver is because of what Judas did to Jesus Christ.
Ah,
That's
And he got
also
30
in
pieces
like
of silver.
what is it? Dracula 2000.
I was going to mention that. Yes.
yeah, because Dracula 2000 was just Judas, and they failed. He failed to kill himself.
It was the main vampire.
Yeah,
He didn't fail to kill himself. God refused to let him die.
Oh,
yeah, that's it.
But I liked how Van Helsing trapped him with a mirror.
Yes.
Because he couldn't see his
Here.
own reflection. He thought Van Helsing was.
I need to rewatch Dracula 2000. That's still a good movie. Fuck.
It is.
Wanted to tell
Also,
you,
Dracula
Tyr,
Untold is really good too.
Dracula what?
Dracula Untold.
Haven't seen it.
Oh yeah,
I haven't
that's
seen it either.
It was. I watched that in theaters. That was good.
Funny enough, I know it's a comedy, but so is Love at First Bite.
Love at First Bite's pretty good. That's the one with Jim Carrey, right?
George
Yeah.
Carrey was in one vampire.
just picking up the book isn't going to be enough. You don't get the content that way. You have to like actually start picking up that reading thing and apply that to the book.
What is that word again?
Actually, Tyr, this might help you. There's a graphic novel out there of I Am Legend, or as you might call it, a big comic.
Oh!
There's an adult
I can't help. I forgot to do something. Help me.
We all know you white folk can't
He
read.
can't breathe.
Oh, he
God.
can breathe. He just forgets.
Ooh, sorry, thank y'all for reminding me to breathe. I totally forgot for a second there. Y'all so kind. My poor black mind.
The name is Toby.
What is that horrible shit you're flying around in, Tyr?
It's not a horrible ship. It's the White No, this is a Throckmorton. I think this is it's the right word.
It's my ship called the White Russian.
Nah, it's a carrier.
There's somebody tried to rip off the
USS White Russian.
There's somebody tried to rip off the White Star from Babylon 5.
I think they did. This is the it's the ship you get with the Rising when you completed the Rising mission event.
I haven't done that yet. I've been absent. And sorry, I forgot to say hello, Mitch.
Huh?
Exactly.
Sorry, I'm having
I've been having fun with my battleship, so.
having a little bit of a gut pain and it's making me rather antisocial.
Hope you feel better.
Oh well.
Anyway,
It's almost time for me to get to go to bed because I have work in the morning.
True.
I've been having a pain in the ass to start.
Hanging with you guys.
All right.
Yeah.
See you, my friend.
Later, guys.
Laters.
I have work in the morning. I'm gonna be the last person on the Eastern time zone in this group to go to sleep.
I probably won't be the last person to go to sleep too, you know.
I picked up a bad habit of staying up too late, and I have to fix that at some point. Which means
Well-
tonight I can't stay up past like 2.
Seeing as I've triggered a tri-cobalt device, which is genetically triggered not to harm me, I'm going to be the last person alive.
Lord. Well,
I've developed the ability to work on electrical appliances with minimal sleep. So
I learned to do that on
It's a skill.
mental insanity.
what if I hold on? I'm gonna look at my I'm gonna look at the schedule tomorrow and see what I got. Okay, one of them is mice ate the insulation out of their oven.
What?
What?
They let mice eat the insulation out of their Bosch gas oven.
Some people
Yeah.
don't deserve to have nice things.
I hope there weren't any smokers in the house.
If Mouse got a little closer there, he might have been a smoker. But that's gonna be an expensive one. So there's that.
Okay.
Samsung washing machine not advancing through cycles. Yep, that's every fucking day. I get one of those a day. LG no pool. Yep. Somebody has a home Scotsman ice maker and it doesn't make ice.
Is it hooked up properly?
Well, I hope so because
Have they been putting water in it?
these are awesome because they make that soft ice and it's all automatic, so it's underneath the counter. It's all plumbed in. All you have to do is just scoop ice out of it and occasionally clean them. Most people don't clean them.
That's one thing I like about my freezer. I don't have to.
I really should clean my freezer out.
This probably don't. This means more to the Americans than anybody else, but Sonic ice is what we call it.
Okay.
Because the type of ice that we get at Sonic. It's just basically that nugget soft ice.
Petrol curry.
As long as it's not
But
Well said,
and
Mitch.
God damn it.
These things are ridiculously expensive, and seeing that on there makes me feel like, oh, thank you. I get to make rent in one day.
Motherfuckers with your God damn, stop firing at me. I'm black.
You will be with all those lasers hitting you.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Black aliens matter. I hate
Cats matter.
Hey, that's what I like to see. Star Trek episode where people demanding former slaves demanding reparations from the Orion.
The Orion Syndicate.
Yeah, who just end up enslaving them again.
You hopping on Batman?
Nah.
Yeah, I want reparations from the Borg.
Reparation or invalid?
Reparations are futile. You will be assimilated again.
What the hell is that standing
Alright.
behind you?
What?
I'm gonna check out.
Yeah, I should be heading off too because it's getting late.
Well, no, I'm entering a scenario where the oncoming fart is either going to be extraordinarily dry or extraordinarily sticky,
Will
You-
it make China shake?
and I need to address
Oh.
matters. So I'll get you everyone
Yeah,
later.
yeah, no, I get you. I heard that again.
Well,
It was weird.
we've been doing it for 2 hours.
It is.
Nope.
Yeah, it's a definite sit down fart.
All right.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Ooh. I have to ask, you guys really actually did like the man on the street during the stream?
I liked
Yeah,
it.
that was fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do. I've actually started planning on another one probably next month.
Sweet. Like, like I told you earlier, I got to learn about you and your city, and that's always good for me. I like to learn about my friends.
Hey, here's something for you, Tyr.
Yes.
Yeah, in the game law, the Federation Klingon Alliance broke down, right?
Yes.
Well, there would have been Federation. There would have been humans living in the Klingon Empire by then, wouldn't there?
Yes.
So, when you think about it, canonically, the game should allow you to play a human in the KDF.
You should be able. You should be allowed to play as a Ferengi, any race and anyone. Because again, like you said, it should have been humans. I mean, you could play as a Trill in the KDF.
Yeah. Well, who wants to play one of those spotty bastards?
No, I was just saying, but you can play a Trill in the
Oh, yeah,
KDF.
The one that I don't agree with in the KDF is the Ryans.
Yeah, they should be their own faction.
Yes, definitely. In fact, I don't think they should be a playable faction either.
Fair enough.
They should in a few, in some content they should be the hand behind the puppet, if you know what I mean.
Shit, I don't think that the KDF should have Gorn in it. I think again the Gorn hegemony should be its own faction. It should be its own unit.
Yeah, because I don't think the Klingons could have taken the Gorn out.
Oh hell no. And I don't think the Federation would have allowed the Klingons to usurp the Gorn.
No. I mean, the only thing the Klingons have got over the Gorn is the Klingons are endothermic. The Gorn are exothermic, means that they suffer a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, attracted their physical fighting.
And then again, the Gorn are more physically imposing than the Klingons. So if it came down to a contest of strength, the Gorn should have literally mopped the floor with them. Yeah. And they like to go melee.
I believe Vulcans are supposed to be stronger than Klingons as well.
Vulcans are deceptively strong.
All right, this would.
Well, how many times has Kirk been knocked about by Spock and he was only half full?
This is my thing about the lore. I really think the game should have taken place in a time period when the Federation was at its weakest, and it should have been the breaking up of the Alliance.
I think what they should have done is they should have had 3 main servers, right? Each with like multiple instances, right?
Okay.
You should have had original series server, all the way up to endgame. Let's do Discovery because don't know why. Up to endgame and the game timeline all the way up to endgame. You could have the Romulans as well.
Okay.
Don't see why they've got the Dominion in because the only character type you play there is Jemadar.
And there are other races in the Dominion that you should be able to play as if you want to do the Dominion, like the Dozy,
Vortis,
or the Vorta. Like, why can't we play as a Vorta? Like,
why can't you play as a Cardassian?
Yes, we should. There still should be Cardassians that are members of the Dominion.
Why can't you play as a Bajoran?
You can play as a Bajoran. You can play a Bajoran. Yeah. You can only play it in the. Yeah, you can still pick them as a race.
Shows how much interest I've got in the space Arabs.
I'm also a troll because I like to bother people, but I want to see somebody make a mod that makes a Kardashian that's like a Kim.
Yeah, why isn't?
That's what trolling is. It's meant to bother you, Tyr.
No, I'm trying to figure out why my splash screen hasn't come up yet.
Okay, good. Because
I'm
I suggested to Eve that on her oh gosh, which one is it for her? Elden Ring's game. I wanted a mod that would turn her horse's feet into human feet. And she's like, why? And I'm like, because a lot of people.
It would wear out a lot of people.
Well, there's a friend of mine. He's good at modding. Possibly won't put this certain mod on the Nexus, but he showed me his Skyrim game. You know Alduin?
Mm-hmm.
Giant scary dragon, right?
Yes.
Not in his game. He altered Alduin.
What do you make him to?
Chicken. Same size as Alduin, but
Just a
it's
chicken. Same stats.
Same stats. Only when it opens its mouth, it's not flame that comes out.
It's what?
Corn.
Ha. That's not bad alteration. All right, let me shut down the stream, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you for coming out and watching me and my friends bullshit and talk. Next, me, Mitch, possibly everybody that was here will be back next Monday. What else? The Minions. Genty Maxie's on the Minions Wednesday night with Hammer and Tyr Diamantis. Johnny Hellcat runs our Saturday show. Sorry, not Saturday show. Our Thursday show. My bad. Sanguine runs our Friday show, and the Hurry channel runs our Saturday, and Kefki runs Sunday. They all have days. Tuesday is our Discord night, so want to hang out there. What else? That's about it. So say goodbye to nice people.
Goodbye,
Bye, nice people. And the rest of the audience too.
Yeah, goodbye, nice people. Apart from you, Stinky Miller, you suck.
Damn. All right, let me. All right. Outro's playing.
Yeah, if you're wondering who Stinky Miller is.
Mm-hmm.
Talk yet?
Yeah, we can talk. I muted us.
If you wondered who Stinky Miller is, there was a film in the 40s called Hell's a Popper. It was